Wait. Yeah. All right, guys. So here we are live. Sorry to be late. First of all, there were a bit of a problem, so we had to shift the stream for 5 minutes. But we are over here finally live. I'm glad to welcome Roman from JuveTherapy, and I'm also welcoming Kush over here from Milan Corner. You might have recently seen him on our channel. First of all, guys, it's a great pleasure to have you guys on our channel. How are you guys?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having us.
I'm good, man. We're number one, so I'm very happy.
That's excellent to hear. So, guys, the purpose of the stream was to discuss about the Serie and the whole title race that has been going on. You can see how every team is giving the tough fight to each and every one, and nobody is taking that opportunity to grab that and to go top. We have seen plenty of draws lately where Milan dropping points, Napoli dropping points, Inter also dropping points. But recently, we have seen the table where Inter do have a game in hand and they can go top if they win their next game. While on the other hand, Juventus are slowly but surely climbing up. Roman, how do you feel? Okay.
Well, what do I feel? I mean, it is what it is. I kind of taking a game, one game at a time, especially now in these days when we have 9 players out with injury, 9 first-team players out with injury. It's got, I almost surprised that we are winning again, because we have so many players out with injury. And yesterday against Spezia, we won just 1-0. Of course, it's only Spezia, you could say that. But at this point, 3 points is all that matters. And that's a short story of it.
Yeah. So aren't you confident about the moves that Max Allegri has done in this winter transfer market? And obviously, we will be talking about the injuries that have happened to Juventus, but we have definitely seen an improvement in the way that they have played. Have you? Am I being very optimistic?
Really, no.
Very good. Because I didn't want to put it very rudely. Because they are not playing so good. I just wanted your perspective on that. So yeah,
it's a nerve wrack every single game. We know what's going to happen. We score probably in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then we sit back and invite the opposition into the game. Be it Spezia, be it Villarreal. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We are gonna be sitting back. Of course, we can also ask those questions as to why. Well, the injuries, of course, are playing a factor, but we know this from Allegri. Allegri did the same thing during his first stint at Juve several seasons ago, especially in the last 2 seasons where I thought it was time for him to go, but he didn't, and it was sitting back and inviting other teams to play ball and defend. And granted, we are keeping the clean sheet. It's very hard to beat Juve, but it almost feels like Allegri playing not to lose rather than to win.
Yeah,
which is it's very old school Italian. But I mean, so far, as you said, we are 4th place and only 7 points behind Milan, of course. But winning Scudetto, forget
very
about
difficult.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I'm not gonna force you to talk about the chances of winning this Scudetto, but let me force somebody else who I feel that will be very much motivated about this talk. Kush, we all know that Milan is doing good, and I know that you will be very happy about that win against Napoli. So how was that game against Napoli? I saw that Giroud scored that goal. I couldn't see that game. I just saw the highlights. But if you can just brief us about the whole Milan game that happened against Napoli.
It was a lot of grit. Not many people went into that game thinking that they're going to pull off a win.
Wow.
I didn't. I was going more with a draw scoreline, but they pulled it off somehow. And to be very honest with you, Napoli was pretty heavy in the first 10, 15 minutes, but then Milan kind of took control. At the end of the match, you would see like the stats. It would say 60% possession for Napoli, 40 for Milan, but they didn't really play like that. They didn't really do much with their possession. They didn't finish, and Milan's defenders were good. It was a whole team effort. And man, Giroud, I don't know what to say. I never thought this was going to happen. 11 goals?
Yeah.
Amazing. And that too, scoring with a leg that he injured so badly in the first half. And then Milan held on to a 1-0 scoreline. 1-0 was more impressive than what a 3-0 may have been, because a 3-0 is like domination. 1-0 sometimes is harder to hold, and they held on to a 1-0. So, yeah, they look legit, but they're also very hot and cold. So we got to see what happens in the next match. It's matches against Empoli, like the next one. That's where I'm a little bit more concerned.
Yeah. All right. So let's not get started about that title race because I do have a bit of a fun thing for you guys. I do have a bit of a rapid fire round for you guys just to, tone down the tempo of the live stream. So I'll be asking you guys three or four questions, and I would like you guys to just answer it. You don't have to think about it, just give your answers. And I would like the chat also to do the same. So, guys, if you're watching this, and I know that you're watching this, so please drop a like and also answer the question that I'm gonna ask Roman. So, Roman, are you ready? Come on. Do you need to
I'm
do
re-
some 3, 4 push-ups, pump yourself up?
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I think I'm
ready.
ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very good. Okay,
तो
so
मेरे को
number one question.
हिंदी में
Yeah.
पहले से ही बता दियो क्या आंसर है हाँ? Roman, I just told him to give me the answers in Hindi beforehand.
Oh, that's cheating. That's cheating.
Oh my stuff. Yes. No, Kush, I'm not gonna do that. Let's keep it very, very fair. But all right, Roman. So here we go
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Trent or Cancelo?
Cancelo.
Okay. Mendy or Neuer?
Mendy.
Okay. I don't want you to think. Benzema or Salah?
Salah.
Oh, all right. So the last one, Laporte or Skriniar?
Laporte.
Wow. All right. Cool. So that's that. And okay,
I
guys in
hope-
the chat. Yeah, Kush. What?
I hope you keep mine to Serie, yeah, because that's getting risky now. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I'll try to have the words that you already know about. Yeah, let's go with this one. Let's have Barella versus Bruno Fernandes.
Barella.
Wow. Okay. Another one is yeah, Kimmich or Kevin De Bruyne.
De Bruyne.
Oof. Okay. So let's go with the last one and the most famous one. Marcelo or Jordi Alba.
Oh, Marcelo, no doubt.
Okay. So and
I'm
oof.
very happy you didn't ask the question that everybody waited for: Cristiano or Messi. Thank you.
Okay, I had that over here. I had it written over here, but I chose not to ask that because that would ignite another war in the chat section, which I have been dealing with for a long time. So, guys, no Leo versus Cristiano right now. All right, so oof. All right, thank you so much, guys, for participating. I can see that the chat is building up. Comment. Okay, Marcelo. All right, guys. So we are done with this. Okay, let's get into another conversation. And as a Milan fan and as a Juventus fan, I would like you to answer this one particular question. Let's all be very, very neutral. Let's try for the least. Can
No.
Inter? Okay, come on, Kush. Come on, at least give them the chance, man. Come on, they're doing fine.
Honestly, both Milan clubs are guilty of this right now. So it's not really specific to even just Inter. It's also Milan. Neither of the clubs have been consistent, but Inter hasn't been consistent. I still think just by a thread, they are still the favorites to win, even though Milan is first place. I think Inter, I have a little bit more faith in their consistency than I have in Milan's. A little bit more. But no, I think it's going to be an exciting race. 10 games to go. I think it's going to be decided probably in the last 3-4 games what happens, unless Milan just goes crazy.
Yeah. All right. That understandable. But I would like to welcome another guy. He's one from our team. Shamik is over here from the FSG team.
Hello,
And,
hi guys.
Welcome,
Hi,
Shamik.
Roman.
Bye.
Hi, Kosh. Hi, Dishan.
Hello, how are you,
Thank
man?
you, thank you. I'm good. How about you?
Good.
Shamik bhai, since
great.
you have joined us, so I would also like to start with you with some rapid fire questions. I'm sorry to
Oh,
break the
man.
momentum, but then again, everyone who joins this stream has to face that. So yeah, let's
Yeah,
go
sure,
again,
go ahead,
guys.
go ahead.
Roman, do you have any one particular question that you want to ask? Come on, we can do a comparison very quick. Come on, off the top of your head.
Top of my head.
Come on. Remember, Shamik is a Liverpool fan. Also, of course, you can think about a few questions as well. Yeah.
Ibrahimovic or Lewandowski?
Whoa.
Oh man. Kosh, I want you in further videos as well. but again, now currently, see, I'm a Lewandowski fan. So I would go with Lewandowski.
Oof, it would hurt you, Kush. Bad selection of question. Roman?
Let's go with Mbappe or Holland.
Wow. Nice.
Yep, nice. I would go with Holland.
Nice one.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take one from the chat. Anuj is over here asking. Wrong question, my friend. But then again, this would be a very good one. Luis
Good
Diaz
one.
from Liverpool or Chiesa from Juventus. You know my answer. I hope you do. So, Shamik, what do you think about this?
No, currently I'm happy with Luis Diaz, man.
Come on, who would say that? Come on, Roman.
He's a
You think
Liverpool
that that's
fan.
fair?
Right now, I would also take Luis
I'm
Diaz
a
because
Liverpool
Chiesa
fan.
is now very, very much injured. So Luis
Yeah,
Diaz,
but
yes, at this moment.
come on. Still,
Mr.
still,
Chiesa,
and
of course.
yeah, come on. We have seen him play at such a level. Okay, so we are done with this again. We'll probably do that someday again. Yeah, Kush, we had your opinion about Inter's consistency, and you told us about their form and can they pick up in the remaining games. Roman, what do you think about this whole scenario of Inter looking at the table as a neutral?
Well, it's interesting because we have so many teams that can win the Scudetto now. It's been for quite some time there's been Juve dominated, and then for the past 2 seasons, maybe 3, there's been a bit more competition. Of course, Inter, even though I hate to call their names by their actual name, but it is what it is. Inter are looks to be they are losing up something because they had a lot of trouble in February and January. Now they won actually 5-0 against Salernitana with Lautaro hat-trick. And he hasn't been scoring since 2021 actually. So this was his first goals. My question also, I agree with Kush. It's a very good point in regards to the end of the season. Because if you look at the fixture list, which team has the easiest
Exactly.
last 5 games? And I have to say, actually, we haven't even talked about it, but Napoli have the easiest end to the season. And if we're looking at Inter, they are facing, let's see, they are still to face Juve away. It's on 3rd of April. And then they have Cagliari away, which is not easy. Cagliari away is never easy. They have to face Milan in the Milan derby. They have to face Roma as well. And of course, Milan have also very, very tough end to the season, I believe. So it's a great competition. And also, I have to say, which is very, very interesting, it fascinated me when I looked at it this morning. Previous seasons, there was very obvious who was the top scorer of the league. And that team who won the championship or at least challenged for it, they had like a dominating figure like Cristiano, and then it was Higuain. Of course, Immobile was always there, but Immobile only plays for Lazio. It's a mid-table club. I'm sorry to say. But right now, Milan, who is their top goal scorer? He's not even in the top 5. And this is fascinating. This is what triggers me because, Napoli, they play more as a team. Milan play more as a team. Inter play more as a team. We have still, all the way to the top, we have, who is it? I think it is actually Immobile. Yes, Immobile with 20 goals. And then actually Giovanni Simeone on 15 goals from Verona. And we have to
Simeone
go.
has been very good.
Yes, indeed. And we have to go to number 4, Lautaro Martinez with 14 and Dzeko with 12. So those two will keep scoring goals, but 2 players, so they interchange. So it's not only about one player, it's more about the team and how they play. So this is why I think Inter has the slight advantage because I know they know each other better in terms of strengths and how to utilize each other, but it's all about the end of the season for me. So it's anyone's game. Maybe Napoli is a dark horse.
Yeah, and we would love that. Love that, At
Yeah.
the end at the end of the season, if the final day is the deciding one, that would be something Serie has not expected quite a while now.
Yeah, the final data deciders are the trickiest one. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We have heard quite things about Inter, but I just want to quickly shift onto this one particular thing. Will this be finally be the year for AC Milan? Kush, I want to come back to you with this. Do you really believe that with whatever have gone on and the games that they are supposed to play, because they were really close last year as well, they started the season very nicely, and this start of the season as well, you can see that how they have played, they have won the games, that they have given the confidence to the fans back again. Do we really see the team that Pioli has built can finally take it to the fullest and maybe get one Scudetto? Because that's what I would like to see.
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a lag in my. You can hear me.
Yeah,
Can you
you are
guys hear me?
stuck. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, bro.
Okay,
Kush,
perfect. Yeah.
hi.
So,
Yeah. Did you
if
get the
there's any
question?
season that Milan can do this,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay,
I heard you. Yeah. So
sure.
if there's any season that Milan can pull off a title, it probably is this season because Inter's been inconsistent and Napoli, as you saw last night, is also a little bit shaky. Juventus is not really involved. So if there's any time that Milan can get a little bit lucky, it'll have to be this year. Last year they finished second, yes. But if they had messed up the last game against Atalanta, they would have finished fifth. So there's a big discrepancy between those two positions. It was just a matter of one match, and Kessie pulled it off for us. So this time around, it's a little bit better. You can see it 20, I think 28 games, 29 games. It took Milan to get to 60 points, 28 games. They haven't done that in almost 10 years now. So they are definitely a better team, but they also seem to be inconsistent. The AC Milan, there's a guy on Twitter called the AC Milan Godfather. He said it perfectly. I put it in my video, in my last video. He said that if Milan had pulled off wins against Salernitana, against Spezia, and against Udinese at home, they were probably just 3 or 4 wins away from actually lifting the title.
Wow.
So they dropped unnecessary points against smaller teams. So can they do it? Yes, this is the one year that they can actually pull it off.
All right. So it's do you see any changes that you want to do to this squad? You would hope that Simone Kjaer would be fit to play. Do you really feel? Do you miss Simone Kjaer's presence in this team?
No, man, it's Kalulu. I don't know how many people have
Kalulu
actually
all the
watched
way.
him
Yeah,
play.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen him.
Kalulu has just been, he's been a very, very reliable center back in the absence of Simon. And now Giroud might be injured. That's what we're hearing. But coincidentally, right when Giroud gets injured, we get Ibrahimovic back.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
having Ibra on the field is there's no question about it, regardless of his age or what he's doing or how many games he's playing. When he's on the field, the team believes, the fans believe, and the opposition also believes that we can win. So that makes a whole other shift in their mind. So Ibra's back. So that I wouldn't really make any changes. I think this team is playing really well, actually.
All right. So there is one fun question for you, Kush. If you can take one single player from Juventus to your team, which one that be? And it depends
That's a
if Roman
very
is
good
agreeing to.
question. That's a
That's
very
just a
good question.
That's a hypothetical question. It won't happen. I don't think so. That will happen because we have seen Chalanoglu jump ships. So
Oh,
anything is
don't
possible.
take that name.
Yeah, I don't really care about Chalanoglu. I'm not worried about
Eh,
him. I mean, we.
all right.
I would have said Bonucci, but that story already unfolded.
Wow.
Which player will we? Honestly, I think probably one of the best players in Juve is Chiesa. So that question before, Chiesa all the way for me. So I
Wow.
would say him, Paulo Dybala. No matter
Wow.
what, he's a little bit patchy, especially with Ronaldo coming on. But
Wait a
he's
second, let me get my
one of my
crutches.
favorite players. Yeah, that's his issue.
Roman, come back here. Okay, what
Fitness
if?
is his issue.
Yeah, that is very true. What if we see Paulo Dybala because he's not signing the contract, and we're gonna come back to this incident of Paulo Dybala. We wanna know all from you what is the current scenario. But what if he changes his team and joins Inter? Because I have been hearing news about that link. I wouldn't have brought this up if I wouldn't have heard that. And
You heard correctly.
yeah,
I would
so yeah.
slap him.
Ah, come on.
No doubt, man. You don't do that.
Well, it's tough. It's tough to answer because there are so many rumors that are true and not true. It's just it's rumorville, and in Italy, if you thought that. Premier League rumors are crazy. You should watch the Italian football. The rumors are just insane. And this rumor from Juve to Inter for Dybala is maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. But the latest is that they are interested, but they haven't offered that anything. They're looking into the deal from afar, so to speak. And Dybala's agent, he is the real nutcase in this scenario because if he still pushes for those 10 million a season, then we're not getting anywhere. But the offer from Juve, latest from Juve, is I think 7 million a season plus bonuses if he stays fit. Which means for me personally that makes sense because how can I give 10 million to a player who there's no guarantee whether he would be playing every single
Exactly.
game.
Yeah.
So for me, it's 7 million a season. Fine, take it or leave it. And he talks so much about Juve. He loves Juve, and we see him on the pitch, off the pitch. How he, he's active, very active from the stands, motivating guys when he is injured. So yeah, I see him staying at Juve, but it will be interesting to see if he leaves though to Inter. I think first of all, I don't think they can afford him.
Inter has offered 7.5 million plus bonuses.
Wow.
Thank you, Dishant.
If they have,
they're swiping the credit card. That's all that it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then again,
okay.
if I'm looking at it from Inter's point of view, I'm offering 7.5 million to injury-prone 28, 29-year-old. And this guy isn't going to Inter for bench time. He wants to play.
Yeah.
And give him a season, and then he will be pissy, he will be angry, he will be displeased, he will be mad, and there we go. So maybe for all parties, best thing is for him to stay in Juve and let Allegri cook with Vlahovic, with Dybala, with Chiesa all the way up front. I pray to God that Chiesa is back for full fitness for 2023. If he is, those three are deadly.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
Sharpa, you were
Liverpool
asking
can.
something.
No, I was just thinking, or Liverpool can come up with a plan to get Paulo Dybala.
They won't
I
get
think
Paulo
that-
Dybala because of his injury record. Liverpool for Dybala because
yeah.
He would be eaten alive in Premier League because he isn't physical. His body, yes, he is a compact little guy, but I mean,
But he's
he
brilliant,
will be
Roman.
destroyed in Premier
he's
League.
the creator. He's the only creator in your team. I don't see
And
anybody
at one
else
point of
being
time-
that.
He is, and if he goes to Premier League, he needs to learn English. I mean, he hasn't done it so far. So I guess, and he has his girlfriend. I'm sorry to say, but this girlfriend also kind of whispers in his ear. You know, she told months ago that Torino is such a sad place, such a boring city, nothing to do here. You know, I think it was. I think she was
where did you
talking
get-
about it.
Okay, yeah,
This
continue.
info is very,
No,
very
Roman-
confidential.
Yeah.
Roman sounds like Dybala, like he's talking about an ex or something. Very upset about
How
the
did it-
girlfriend.
How did you get that information, anyways?
Oh, I know. I have my sources. I'm
And that's
talking
why
with
we
his
have
mother.
you on a channel. Oh wow!
Right. Oh, nice.
Look at Roman's teacup. Of course, he's getting all the
course.
Juventus info.
Of course, I'm drinking rumors right now. It's a cup full of rumors.
Oh, wow!
No, on a
Anyone-
serious note,
yeah.
I'd say, you know, for me personally, I want him to stay, but only for 7, maybe 7.5, not for 10.
I mean, you are agreeing to let go of Paulo Dybala because you're not wanting to spend so much because Juve won't be able to spend that much, and you're wanting to cut the ties with such a great player, and you would be fine with that.
I would not be.
But you have to be right. That's the game.
Yeah, of course. I mean, one of my favorite players of all time, Roberto Baggio, left from Juve to Milan, I believe, back in the 90s. And of course, those days, I mean, he was at his absolute best when he was at Juve. So we kind of see, maybe we saw the best we've seen from Dybala. So maybe it would be okay for him to leave to Inter because I don't expect him to ball in those colors. But you never know. I mean, people have changed teams before. I mean, look at Zlatan. He's been playing for all 3 teams. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you also have to remember, from that perspective, that who's the replacement for Dybala? If they can secure a good replacement, it doesn't really matter, right? It's the cliche, but no player's bigger than the club. So if you look at Milan, we had a similar situation with Donnarumma, and that was a big thing. Oh, he wants 12 million. That's a lot of money. He's getting paid 6-7 million right now. And the management decided, you know what, we're going to let him go. But their scouting was good. They found Mike Maignan. We do not miss Donnarumma at all. The ability to pass the ball that Mike Maignan has, Donnarumma can only dream of having that. And Mike's good, as a keeper himself. So if the replacement's good, the players, from your memory, they go pretty quick.
I
How old
completely,
is
I
Mike
completely agree
Maignan?
with that one.
Sorry?
How old is Mike Maignan?
I think he's in his mid-20s, maybe 25.
20,
I don't think he's that old.
27, I think. The chat might be able to help us with this. Yeah, just wanna
Yeah,
when
he's
you were talking
26.
about he's 26, right? Yeah, so Donnarumma, okay, probably. I don't believe that Donnarumma would have stayed there for his whole life, but if he had, he would have gone on to become a club legend, as he was playing at that level. Anyways, there's one question. Yeah, that this same whole Dybala to Barca rumors. Yeah, we have been talking about that, Asmit Bhai, but we are not absolutely certain if that would happen or not.
Currently, I
Well,
can see every
mhm.
club being linked to Barcelona, every player fucking linked to Barcelona. Every guy is being linked to Barcelona right now. What is
Shamik,
happening, man? This man?
you have heard about gravity, right? You've heard about the pull of gravity,
Yeah, all
Earth's
it
pull.
requires is just a little
This
push.
is
Yeah.
Earth's pull. This is
Okay.
Jupiter's pull, and this is the Barcelona pull. I mean, you can have
Okay.
anyone.
That's why Barcelona is in debt, and it will continue. Every player is going to join them.
Boom.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Please, come on.
But Kush,
Uh,
yesterday I was watching Milan versus Napoli. I think Fikya Tomori had one of his worst games. Osimhen was all over him, man.
But
okay,
the
Did you
thing
see the
is,
game?
but the thing you have to realize is, I wouldn't agree that he had a bad game necessarily. I thought he had a pretty decent game. But what I would say is two things. One is just Paulo Maldini and his genius. How he was able to secure this guy for 26 million is beyond me from a
yeah.
Premier League club at best. The second thing is yesterday, whenever Osimhen had possession, constantly it was Kalulu and Fikayo Tomori double
Yeah,
teaming him
double
every
team. Yeah.
single time. They didn't let the guy breathe. And he's a really good quality player, and they completely canceled him out. Could have been a penalty at one point, sure, maybe, but
Yeah. Yeah.
they negated that guy by double teaming him, and they did a great job at it. So credit to
And,
Pioli.
Actually, that
and
that was
yeah.
the point I was basing my comment on. That penalty incident. It was a penalty,
Okay.
right?
I haven't seen proper angles, so no, not for me.
Wow, that's a very fair argument. I haven't seen that, so that's a no penalty.
It's the manager's comment. I've not seen it right now.
Yeah, I'll probably go back into the dressing room and tune it again to say it. You might want to come over there to ask me again. Wow,
But
Kush.
we did have a penalty. We should have been given a penalty for sure.
That you might have seen again, 3 times. This should have been a penalty.
Yeah, I got all angles on that one.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for enjoying the people. There's this one guy. Okay, Subhash, thank you so much. He's asking us to do more international collaboration. It's too fun to hear them. Love your thoughts, guys. Thank you so much. And guys, meanwhile, while you are at it, do remember to check out the channel of Roman and JuveTherapy. We have got the link in description. We have got the link of Kush's channel, the Milan Corner. So you can check it out. Drop a subscribe because, you'll get to know all about the league, all about Serie and the particular clubs. Anyways, okay. So we have another question. We just trashed Napoli in Europa, so we can thrash any Italian top team right now with this momentum. Okay.
Yeah,
With,
you're
with
confused, buddy.
we
You are confused.
with we he meant Barcelona.
Shah Rukh Khan? Okay.
Okay. I'm not gonna go there with Barcelona facing the other clubs from Italy, but then I would just wanna go on to the next point of discussion. How have Juventus fared until now? Roman, are you happy with how the season has progressed with the signing of Locatelli and with Dusan Vlahovic? That was quite a spend, getting one of the best players in world football, over which there were plenty of suitors behind him wanting to snatch him, and he only had one option in his mind. He had a one-track man that he wanted to go to Juventus because there has been offers from the Premier League clubs, but he chose to be at go to Juve. So what's that pull about Juventus now?
Well, that's the Juve pool, huh? That's the that's the biggest club in Italy pool, so to speak.
Okay.
I don't know. It is. It's a player's will. There are always two or maybe even three parties to every deal. It's a player's will. It's the owner and of course the potential buyer. So, I mean, Vlahovic, as he was with Chiesa, as he was with Bernardeschi, as he was with Bakyo, they go to Juve for reasons. I think for the reasons very simple. I think it's just business. I actually think it's just financial move. Fiorentina get a lot of money for this. They can build. They can build even further. Remember, we haven't paid a dime for Chiesa yet. We are starting to pay for Chiesa after this season, and plus for Vlahovic now. So, I mean, we have to go far in the Champions League in order to kind of facilitate those actually those finances. But how have you fared so far? Locatelli was no surprise. He wanted to go to Juve the last season. That deal never happened. Now he is at Juve. I think right now it's very tough to rate him because the midfield is just so crap. Honestly, it's very, very underperforming, and still they're trying to find what is their best starting position. I mean, if it's right now we don't have any options because of many
don't you think,
injuries.
Roman, I'm so sorry, but don't you think after having so many months gone by, should Max Allegri have figured out his 11 right now? Like, let's say Dusan Vlahovic joined in winter, but just keep him aside. Shouldn't he have figured out the midfield for the least?
Well, he should, but then again, injuries. That's the toughest thing for him right now. Of course, Weston McKennie got injured against Villarreal away. Unlucky, very unlucky.
His season is over.
His season is over. Yeah. Yes. Aaron Ramsey, who was supposed to be something of the creative sub for Dybala or whatever, he has been MIA. Now he's at Rangers. Arthur was out with injury for quite some time before rejoining the squad. And now they only got Zakaria in the transfer market in January, also injured now. So it's a mess. It's really a mess. And I can't really rate Locatelli for this season, really. It's very tough. He is maybe the only bright spark currently. And it is a real shame that it's. I expected more from Locatelli so far, but maybe next season.
Okay. Let me phrase my question like this: if the season of Juventus doesn't pan out like the way the fans expect them to perform, would we be blaming this on the injuries, or would we be looking at how they have played even without the injuries, before the injuries? Because even before the injuries, they haven't played that good. They haven't convinced us. And the injuries have just started to happen. I mean, like, major injuries have started to happen in the past few weeks only. So what are we going to say?
I mean, Juve fans are, well, ironically, very black and white. Either it's Scudetto or it's crap. Either it's glory or it's absolutely nothing. And with the Allegri coming in, there were hopes that he was going to build some foundation just to stop changing managers. We had Pirlo, we had Sarri. Neither really worked. And now it's Allegri being brought back just because of his experience to build a side. And I think he was brought in with the purpose of building the side over several seasons. And this is what people may forget, unfortunately, that this is we're in for the long run with Allegri, whether we like it or not. And this first season, of course, after Cristiano left, we had some money to spend, but then COVID also kind of affected the financial status. So it was very limited what we could do with the team during the summer. It was only basically Locatelli coming in, more or less. And, well, what can we say? Allegri is a defensive coach. He's always been like this, at least at Juve. Defense first, scoring maybe later, and kind of hoping for brilliance from Dybala, from Vlahovic now. And, of course, Vlahovic coming in helps. But then again, with the way we see Juve play, it really doesn't matter if it's Vlahovic, if it's Cristiano. It's the same BS. It's the same defensive tactics, and with very, very isolated target man in Vlahovic. Until January, it was Morata. It was useless. It didn't work. He was muscled off the ball. The same was with young Moise Kean, coming in from Everton. I mean, it wasn't enough. So they had to bring in some muscles. And it was Vlahovic and it was Zakaria. Now, Vlahovic didn't have a single shot on target against Spezia at home.
Wow.
Yesterday. It's kind of depressing. And that kind of tells you a little story how the way we play. It doesn't matter who we get, it's the way we play.
Because you can link it to the scenario of Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United, because
Yeah.
when you don't create for the strikers, they won't be able to get the ball in those positions to score. Yeah, I do understand that. But here's a fun question. Subhash wants to swap Dillit with Umtiti and Chiesa with Dembele. Please do that. Please, mighty
No. And this is a funny
Subhash.
question because before the move from Pjanic and Arthur, when they changed sides,
Yeah.
Dembele was offered to Juve because Barca was desperate
Yeah,
to get some money for something. So
Exactly.
Pjanic was offered. I think Dembele was offered. Busquets was offered. Nothing. And then finally it was Arthur. But no, thank you. De Ligt,
Very good.
if he stays, I hope he stays for the as long as possible. So that's why I was surprised that Kush didn't pick De Ligt as as the player to get in, because this guy is generational talent. He's world
Yeah,
class.
he is. Let me get back to Shamik on this. Shamik, if you want to have one player from either the team of Kush, Milan, or Romance Juve, who would you choose? But just one player for Liverpool.
That's easy.
Ah. Okay, anyways. Meanwhile, Shamik thinks
Oh,
about that. Okay, you are there with that
no,
answer.
I was
Okay.
I was just thinking about spots right now. So I think we have. I was thinking about striker, but again we have the top three scorers, man. We have Diogo Jota also striking. So I would have taken
The
Vlahovic
top
because of the
three.
current form that he's having right
Okay.
now. So
Yeah.
and
You would take
the Inter,
Vlahovic.
yeah, I would take
Okay.
Kessie
From Milan. Okay, you will take
from
Casey. Oh,
Kessie.
Casey. Nice.
Take him.
Yeah,
He's all
what's
yours.
up? What's up with
Ah.
Kessie, by the way? Is he signing
Yeah.
a new contract or not?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's signing right now. To be very honest, I don't think Milan fans are really missing him necessarily because Tonali is playing so well that they are. Kessie is not the player he was last season. Last night he was very good. In my show, he got a green box, which means he played well. But I don't. It doesn't look like he's going to be signing. And to be honest, it almost seems like he just wants a new adventure. So I don't even really fault him too much. He's been here for about 4 or 5 years now, and he just wants to try something new. It would be perfect if he lifts the Serie A title, the Serie A trophy, and then he, moves to a different club. I think even the Milan fans will be like, you know what, good luck. You just want a new scene,
Yeah.
so it's all good. But if he doesn't play the way he was playing at last night, then Milan fans are gonna have a problem because he's been playing pretty badly. Yesterday he was good. Last 10 games, stay good, lift the trophy, leave, all good.
Okay, Kush, I just have one question for you. Who is the last player that you want to see leave from AC Milan? I mean,
That's a good
that you
question.
want
To
to
be
keep.
honest, yeah,
Yeah.
Milan is building a really strong future side. So I was saying that on your show last time. Like, if anyone bandwagon fans looking for a new club, come on AC Milan because in 4 years it's going to be a different team. You have Mike Maignan in goal. You have Teo Hernandez on the left. You have Tomori in the center back. Calabria on the right. This is all the defensive line and the goal is already set. In the
Yeah.
midfield, you have Tonali and Benacer.
Yeah.
Perfectly complement each other. And on the left wing, you have Rafael Leao. Leao is the real deal, best left wing
Yeah,
in the entire Serie A right now, in my opinion. And up front, you have someone like Ibrahimovic. He's probably going to stay for one more season, but there's about 5 players that you're going to see in this team for the next 4 years if their contracts stay good.
But who is the one player that you would never want to see leave? I mean, because the way
I
he's
guess those
developing, the way
5.
they. Okay, those five. All right. Okay, fine.
Yeah, those are the
Fair
pillars of the
enough.
future. But really, if there's one player I could pick, actually, yeah, I would have to go with mainly those 5. But Teo Hernandez is different. He just needs to fix certain things about his defensive side. But
And his
man,
hair.
that guy's good. No, his hair is always special.
All right. Well, I just want to talk about this one thing. Considering Dybala and Dillit might leave in the summer, because we have heard rumors about Dillit as well leaving, and we have heard about Dybala as well. So we have talked about Dybala, but I want to hear from Roman about any further signings that he feels that Juventus might be doing, because as we are well informed that he is the guy with all the rumors. So yeah, Roman,
Well,
shed us some light.
if yeah, if De Ligt decides to go, I'll be surprised. I don't think it would be his decision alone. I think Mino Raiola, who is his agent, plays a big part. Also whispering in his ear about the money, about the cash, about the future, about the trophies. But if he decides to stay and actually re-sign a new contract, I'll be over the moon, really, because this guy, as I said, is a real deal. If there is a good offer coming in from, let's say, Manchester City, let's say, I don't know, United, someone in Premier League, or maybe even La Liga, coming in with the cash for De Ligt, first of all, we are in trouble. Why? Because there is no one better than De Ligt. Seriously, we need to rebuild the whole entire team at the back, because Chiellini is a pensioner tomorrow. He is almost 40. He will be, I guess, I hope it's not going to be the case, but I guess he will be retiring after this season, maybe next. Bonucci is starting to be injury prone, and that's it. We have no one else.
Rugani?
And De Ligt, Rugani, I mean, this is not... Forget about Rugani. It's honestly,
Demiral?
if De Ligt is
Yeah,
leaving,
nice
we will
question.
need to rebuild heavily at the back, and this is not something I think Allegri wants to focus on, because we have bigger fish to fry. We need to rebuild the midfield, and also, I mean, leadership. He is 22 years old. De Ligt is a leader. De Ligt is a monster.
is.
He has that, as we say, Juve fans, they had the fino alla fine spirit. We fight until the end. We don't give up until the final whistle. All that jazz. De Ligt is just, he's born with that feeling. He's born with that never give up attitude, and that is also important for a player, and also for the players around him. So, should he leave, I'll be very, very disappointed. In terms of rumors, if Dybala decides to go, there are talks of Nicolo Zaniolo from Roma, who has been snapped 2 times.
Raspadori as well. Yeah.
Raspadori, he is ACL has been torn twice, Zaniolo.
Wow.
So I really hope that's not the answer if Dybala leaves. Gatti, yes, indeed, Gatti has signed, and he is coming next summer. But to take that leap from Frosinone to Juve, it's a big ask. It's a big ask.
And somewhere I read, I think it was Calcio Mercato, that even Jorginho is thinking about leaving Chelsea.
Yep,
So,
that is a rumor. I also see
But-
that
but
Jorginho might leave
how-
Chelsea for Juve.
How many dames would you like to have in your team? Come on, you
have to
need
get rid
that
of
creator. Come on, yeah, you
He's
have to probably get rid of.
He's exactly the player that we need in the midfield, because Arthur is not that guy. Jorginho will be perfect fit for this side.
But then who will you play in the midfield with Jorginho as well, Locatelli and Zakaria as well? Come on.
There we go. This is your midfield.
All
And it will be a
right.
very good midfield. But injuries. That's always the question with injuries, because we've seen already Zakaria out with injury. He is injury prone. And Arthur as well. Yeah. It almost feels like, we are dependent on not the system, but on the player who is playing instead of, the system. And the system is not very appealable because, we defend.
But do you believe that the people to be signed, let's say that they sign good midfielders, will Allegri be able to make them play in that way? Because it's the system that we have seen, and we are not going to blame the injury record for them
question.
playing badly.
Yeah.
So how do we say that if he'll get the players and Juventus might just click?
Well, then at least we have he'll be having no excuses. Now he gets 2 seasons to work on the side, and if he doesn't figure this out, then this is not the answer for us, unfortunately. But we can only hope that he can change his playing style. Honestly, I don't think that will be the case.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. Let's wait and see what happens with Dybala and De Ligt first and foremost, and another new signing.
Yeah. On a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you about Max Allegri staying at Juventus in the next 2 seasons?
Next 2 seasons. Ooh, that's tough. I'll say next season 9 out of 10. I'm confident he's staying for the season after that. 7. I think he will be staying for all 3 seasons. As I said at the beginning of the stream, Juve are a very tough team to beat. Our problem is that we have to win games. And it's not always the case with us.
All right. Yeah. One last question. I think this is a very good one. Question for the panel: do you think Morata can complement Vlahovic in much better ways, or Juve should focus on renewing Dybala contract? Do you like the partnership of Morata and Vlahovic? One very mobile number nine, probably a second striker, and Vlahovic, that proper number nine, would complement seem like Timo Werner and Paulsen that saw at Leipzig.
Well, it looks for sure it looks better now than it did before without Vlahovic. Yeah. Thing with Morata is he needs to be playing on the wing. He needs the space. He needs to use his pace and his work rate. With him in the middle as a target man, he's being destroyed. So this is where Vlahovic is a much better fit, both for Morata and Dybala. Actually, Dybala can play very well off Vlahovic. We've seen this. So yeah, I think it works very well together, and they should focus on Dybala renewing, yes, but not for any price, honestly.
All right.
And the time is ticking, because it's only it's March now, and yeah, he's still injured, so.
All right, Kush, I want to ask you this as an AC Milan fan. How far do you see Juventus going in the Champions League? As a Milan fan, how do you see this Juventus team?
It's interesting that there's a degree of like criticism for the team, but I think that also tells you the expectation that the fans of Juventus have from their side, because they're actually unbeaten since November now. If my team is undefeated since November, December, January, 4 months plus, and I'm complaining about them, that tells you what expectation level that people have from them. They are fourth right now. I don't see them fighting for the Scudetto whatsoever. I think it's a 3-person race right now. I think it's very typical of Allegri to have that kind of an approach where he's tries to get that goal and then defends. He's a defensive-minded kind of coach, so it all kind of adds up. I also agree with him there that for the next 2 seasons he should be there. But Champions League, it's 1-1 right now, right, on the scoreline?
Yeah.
And you're bringing it back to Juve, to Turin. So is it?
It is likable that we're going through, because there are no away goals in the Champions League anymore. So it's really 0-0 now. It really doesn't matter. So in anybody's game, but it also depends, as I said, on the injuries. If Dybala is back for the Vial game, maybe we have a slight better chance. But I'd say quarterfinals after this round. If we do qualify, I see us not going further, but we'll see.
Are you certain that you're going to beat Villarreal at home?
Certain.
That's Villarreal we are talking
yes.
about. Okay, yeah.
I'm not certain. I don't know. Villarreal is a spirited team, so not going to be easy. And at the same time, with injury issues that Juve has, inconsistency, tough one.
Yeah.
Good luck. We're already out.
Nice. I like your reaction, Kush. Sunny is asking, who was better, Bakyo or Kaka? Wow, that's a nice one. Kush, what do you think?
Very different players in some ways. For me, I didn't really see Bakyo play too much, just highlights. So I would say for me, he's the greatest of all time for me is Kaka. So that's a very, very easy question to answer. And more because of his story, the fact that he came to Milan and like 8 million transferred, didn't really have that much of an expectation from him, turned into one of the biggest players. Just the work rate, the way he played, the kind of character he had. He was a very likable player. He once put his hands on, the only time that I've seen him get aggressive was once with Ryan Giggs, where he like put his hand on Ryan Giggs' throat. After a Man United game, and then he was in the tunnel after the match, and he took Gattuso with him, and he wanted to
asking to apologize.
Just to apologize to him, and that's honestly the player Kaka was. And he's a legend for Milan fans, and he's a legend for me too. Probably somewhere right over there, you can see his picture. But yeah, that's what I was saying. I would go back to the previous question you asked me once, though. You asked me which player I wouldn't want to see go for Milan. Actually, that player is Paolo Maldini, because what he's done with this team as a technical director is next level. This team had been struggling for 7 years. Suddenly he comes in, completely revamps the entire squad, And it's all his scouting and his experience that has turned this team into what it is. Finding Fikayo Tomori, Theo Hernandez is not coincidence that all these defenders are top quality. Kalulu, he had never had a senior appearance, and now he's a starter for Milan. For Leon, he had never had a senior appearance, still makes under a million euros. But this is all Paolo Maldini's creation. So that's the one guy I wouldn't want to see leave.
Exactly. And there's one other team that I want to talk to you about because they have not made so much of a buzz, but one of the players have had some terrific outings. Tammy Abraham, 20 goals in his first season. Shamik, first of all, I would just want to get back to you about this whole scenario of Tammy at Chelsea, then being put away to Roma. And you can see Chelsea visibly struggling to score
Yeah,
goals.
yeah.
Do they miss Tammy, or do you think that was the right move for Tammy Abraham to take to go to Roma and to play under Jose Mourinho?
Yeah, I think Jose Mourinho is making strikers, man. Just know that. Right. You have seen it over the years now. And Tammy Abraham is again one of the examples right now. He's just building over it, man. Even his game creation now is improved, yeah. If you just look at his game, Roma's game, although they are playing very weird. Again, inconsistency is a term we should use with every Serie side these days. So,
That's true.
but yeah, again at Chelsea, I think the comparison would be with Lukaku because we are thinking about striker v striker. So now again, and we are not seeing Lukaku firing right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, they would be missing Tammy Abraham. But if you take Lukaku out of the picture, then Chelsea start playing a different game. They start
Yeah.
scoring 4 goals per night.
Yeah.
That is
In a,
another
si-
conversation.
in a single half.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so
Good.
so then you have to think
They're
about
also
it.
missing not just Tammy Abraham, they're also missing Giroud because he's scoring for us left, right. So
Yeah, that's very true. So you can
See,
see
last
Zeko
night's
scoring
match.
for Inter. Yeah, Shamik.
No, I was just saying last. I think Napoli's goal was just a striker's instinct, man. He just put a leg out and it was goal. It was just
very
standing there.
Inzaghi-esque, and
Right?
not the first time. He scored two of these exact same goals. Miss hit by the center attacking midfielder right at the edge of the box, and he just directs it goalward. So this is pure poacher's instinct.
Yeah.
And same happened in that derby as well, Inter versus Milan as well. We saw a brace from Giroud, and he scored some similar goals like that. Those are like
Correct.
poacher kind of goals.
Yeah.
That's what Giroud brings on the table for you. All right. Yeah. So we are coming towards the end of this discussion, but let me just talk about the Champions League, which is about to happen. There are few big games coming on. I'll start with Kush talking about this game of Real Madrid versus PSG. Kush, can you just let me know your thoughts upon the second leg of Madrid versus PSG? Because as we know, Mbappe scored at the very last minutes for PSG, and now they'll be traveling to Spain, playing at the Santiago Bernabeu against Real Madrid. And there is a huge doubt of Kylian Mbappe's fitness now, and they might not be without him. And we all know that Madrid don't have Casemiro and also Mendy in their team. Do you expect Madrid to easily win this one?
Easily win this one? No, I wouldn't say easily win this one, but I think it's going to be an even matchup, to be very honest, because both teams are going to fight it. Obviously, they're going to be at home, so it's going to be a little bit of an advantage. But um, one of those games where it's hard to pick a winner because it's who shows up on that particular day. It's like what happened with, I will always bring it back to Serie. That's just what I do. But last season when Milan played Atalanta in the last match, and it was a whole matchup about who's going to win second, who's going to be third place. It was just about who showed up that day. Atalanta probably would win those games maybe 3 out of 5 times. But that day, Milan won it 2-0. So it's pretty much that. Whoever shows up on that day is going to take the spoils.
Exactly. Another very good question for you. Who would you like to have at right wing? Because Celis Maker Milan is not competing at top level, kind of European club. Rafinha, Anthony, Noni Cherki, surplus right back, Mazraoui or Lamptey. So just some transfer rumor based question for you, Kush. Who would you like to have at that position?
Based on the rumors for the last couple seasons and a pretty easy pick, I want someone who has Serie A experience and has good quality, and that is Domenico Berardi. There's,
Berardi, yeah.
it's a very easy one. 30 million around price tag. He seems like he's in the ballpark that Milan can kind of afford, and he's been linked with Milan for 2 seasons now. I talked about him a lot last summer. I think it's going to be no different. I think there's going to be a lot of talks of him, and hopefully he joins. Last year there was conversation about Ziyech from Chelsea joining. he is someone I really like. It would be nice if I don't know how he's been playing this season, but it would be nice to see him here,
He's good.
even if it's like a loan. And then they kind of make it permanent. But if he's playing really well, why would Chelsea let him go? So Domenico
Chelsea won't let
Berardi
him
seems
go.
like Berardi seems like a more realistic option, and I think he wants to be at Milan. He wants to make that jump to a bigger club now.
All right, let me take this conversation back to that PSG versus Real Madrid game. Roman, what do you expect out of this game?
Tight. I mean, I really have nothing more to add. Kushka said it completely correctly. Yeah, it's going to be tight. It's two good teams. I maybe see slight edge to Real Madrid, but it's very hard to call. It's very hard to call. It's almost as if I regret that this game is so early in the Champions League. Almost you'd wish it would be further in the semis or something.
Exactly.
But what can you do? The draw is
You're not Manchester
unfavorable.
City, so you'll have a tough one.
Yeah, indeed.
Manchester City is always accused to get some easier ties until they go into the semis or something, but still they end up
The
losing
one,
anyways.
yeah, the one where matters. So,
Yeah, yeah,
they-
yeah.
but I
Also,
think
what?
for me,
Yeah, sure, Shami
I
bhai.
think for Real and PSG, I think if Mbappe is not there, I think we watched a match between Nice and the PSG some days back, and PSG were awful, awful.
But that wasn't. They weren't awful, Shamik, because of not having Kylian Mbappe on the pitch. They were awful
Yeah.
because they are awful. They were playing very awful because
They were playing very awful, man.
yeah.
And I'm just thinking about it, if because again that day I think they required someone who just can drive the ball forward. They were losing balls in the middle. They were not able to even build up from the back. So if that continues, oh man,
Yeah.
this
Madrid.
would be a tough ride for PSG, and Madrid will be going all the
What's
way.
your prediction, Shamik?
I think Madrid will win 2-0.
Okay, all right. Kush, you didn't give me your prediction. What's your prediction for that one particular game? Kush was very
Madrid is
diplomatic in the answer that he gave, right? It depends on the day, Kush. But come on, don't kid with me. Give me an answer, prediction.
It would be nice to see Real Madrid win because
Wow.
PSG is run by Leonardo now, and I can't stand the guy because of certain reasons. Milan passed. So I would love to see a club that is throwing cash left, right, and center, get kicked out. Because a club like Milan is what you want. No money, we broke, but we're still
We are
building a
also
future
broke.
based on scouting. We're building a future based on scouting, not just throwing money away on players. So I would love to see PSG lose.
All right. Roman, what's going to be your prediction? What do you expect? What do you want? I mean, like Kush was very much vocal about what he wants.
What I want. Real Madrid probably going through for the same reason. But let's go with a bit more crazy one. Let's go with 3-1 Madrid.
Man,
Yeah.
that's a thumping. 3-1. So that
3-1.
would be 3-2 on aggregate. All right, that seems
Yeah.
fair. All right, nice guys. How are you reacting to this? We'll be taking your comment as well. Okay, somebody is saying 2-0 PSG. Okay, so we still have people who believe in PSG. All right, that's very good. Roman, I have a question for you. For the good, I hope. Nice name, man. Nice name. Huge shout out to this lad. You are saying Primavera players making debut in UCL, considering we are suffering a lot of injuries among these starters. Okay, he's talking about that Villarreal game that will be played in Turin.
Quick answer: no. I don't think Allegri will do that. It's just not Allegri's style. We've seen glimpse of Ake, youngster from the under-23s. Really not good enough. Has some flashes of potential, but no. I think he'd rather run Adrien Rabiot into the ground before using guys like Miretti and Soule also. But
Soule.
with people coming back from injury, like I think Chiellini will be coming back soon, and so on and so on. So no, I don't see that. They will be on the bench, and the Champions League is not a place for these guys to feature. At least, especially now, there's money. We're talking about Champions League. Is first and foremost, it's money talk. The further you get into Champions League, the more money you get, and we can't afford to play youngsters and develop them into this crucial period.
Yeah, I think this is what exactly happened for Liverpool against Inter Milan. Then we played Harvey Elliott on that right hand side behind
Exactly.
Salah, and that is what happened. He's 18 years old. He was given, that match in a quarter final. It
And
Yeah,
he's
was
I
such
mean,
he's
this
special.
is the thing. This is the thing with giving the youngsters opportunities. Sometimes they crack under pressure, but some evolve, and
yeah.
really prove themselves. But with Juve currently, I don't see that happening. Not at least this season. Maybe next.
Okay. Roman, can you tell us about this new young player, Sule?
Not much. Yes, he clearly plays like the ball in young team. Yes, he does. As I said before, it doesn't really matter if how you play for the under 23s. It's still how you play for the first team, and we barely see those guys on the first side. Which, for me, sitting from the couch, far away from Italy, I have no idea if they are actually good enough to start. So I trust the management on this one. And Sule, yes, promising, but there must be a reason as to why they don't get any more playing time than they do, and that's the reason is Allegri.
Fair enough. Yeah, right. Well, so we'll be wrapping up this conversation, but I'll just be asking you about the prediction of the Champions League. Can you just tell me about the finalist of the two teams that you think would be into the finals? Kush, what do you feel about the current crop of teams that are into the Champions League and who will be making into the finals, according to you?
Can we first make sure we mention that the last time I was on your show, maybe a few months ago, I predicted the finalists and I predicted the winner accurately. I said Chelsea would beat Real Madrid in the finals, and they did. Whoever they beat in the final.
Yeah,
Man,
Man City.
But Man City,
Yeah,
sorry, and they would win.
but did you? Yeah,
They
you
did
picked
beat Real
one.
Madrid in the process.
Yeah,
So
right.
this time around, who's going to be in the finals? I don't know how the bracket is setting up, and
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at the teams here right now.
Hmm.
Let's go with an all English final. Let's say Man City versus Liverpool.
Wow,
man. Good one.
that would be something. Klopp versus Pep Guardiola. Wow, Shamik is smiling.
+1 to that. Amen. And
Roman,
Liverpool winning.
come on, come on.
That I
We're
don't
gonna,
want, because then
gonna
there'll be 7-7 with Milan.
oh, we're gonna get a taste of that on 10th April. We are gonna see that game, Liverpool versus Man City. So we'll get a recap of what's gonna happen if that will be the Champions League final. Roman, according to you?
Man City for me, and perhaps Liverpool, but
Oh wow,
dark horse.
Yeah. let's go with the
Bayern
dark
Munich,
horse.
perhaps.
Bayern Munich.
Dark horse, Bayern Munich. Okay, wow,
Yeah.
cool, nice.
Perhaps,
Alright,
yeah. It's tough to say. I mean, anybody could do it. I don't think Juve were gonna go that far. Chelsea might go that far, but yeah. Let's go Bayern Munich
How,
and City.
how far will Juve will go?
Semis at
Quarters,
the most. Semis at the most. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Okay. All right. So that's that, guys, and we are here towards the end of our conversation. And I just have to tell you this: I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, man. Loved this. So you know what? We're gonna do this again very soon. Huge shout out to Roban and to Kush. Thank you guys for joining, and to the guys who have been here on the chat. Do check out both the channels. I have given the link in the description, and you can also click on the title. You can click it over there, and you can also go to their channel and can drop a subscribe. That will be very good. And thank you so much, Roman. Thank you so much, Kush, for joining tonight.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, and thank you, Shamik. Thank you for being here as well. I know that you came just over here from a meeting.
No worries. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Roman. Thank you, Kush. Lovely
All
to
right,
have you.
so
on
that
the
was a very great
Thank you.
conversation, and that's it for us, guys. We'll see you guys very soon. Until then, please take care and peace out and goodbye.
Thank you.